Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications because today we're diving into one of the most inspiring stories to come out of the 2025 World Series, the sheer determination of Yoshinobu Yamamoto to pitch not just once but consecutively in the biggest moments, and we're getting it straight from the horse's mouth, his personal trainer Osamu Yada, who's been riding shotgun with him since his very first year as a pro. This isn't just some fluff piece. This is a deep analysis on what makes a guy like Yamamoto tick, how he turned fatigue into fuel, and why that back-to-back pitching heroics in Games 6 and 7 weren't luck but pure built-from-the-ground-up grit. Let's break it down step by step like we're chatting over a beer at the ballpark. First off, let's set the scene. It's Game 6 of the 2025 World Series, Dodgers versus the Blue Jays. Yamamoto just went out there and threw 6 innings on 96 pitches, keeping the game alive for LA. He's already had a complete game shutout in Game 2. That's the first back-to-back complete games in the playoffs in like 25 years, and he's eyeing relief work in Game 7 on 0 rest, 0 days off. The man's arm should be noodles right wrong, because enter Osamu Yada, this 66-year-old biomechanist, philosopher, and all-around baseball whisperer who's been Yamamoto's shadow since 2017 when Yama was just an 18-year-old kid drafted 4th round by the Oryx Buffaloes in Japan. Yada didn't just train him, he built him from the trunk up. That's his famous tree metaphor, which we'll get to in a sec, but think about it. Yamamoto signs this massive 12-year, $325 million deal with the Dodgers, comes over from NPB, where he's already a three-peat Sawamura Award winner, the Japanese Cy Young basically, and he's got this quirky sensei in a blazer and t-shirt tagging along to spring training. The Dodgers staff is like, who is this guy? But by the end of it, they're all buying him lemonades because Yada's the real deal. So who is Osamu Yada exactly? Picture a loudmouth grandpa who's obsessed with how the body moves like a force of nature, not some robot assembly line. He's got this little clinic in Osaka, a 1,200 square foot spot he calls Japan's #1 spiritual and physical strength shop. Yeah, it sounds woo, but hear me out. His website ends every post with, I hope you have a good day today. Don't forget your childhood and pursue your dreams. That's the vibe he brings to training. No heavy weights, no isolation curls. Yamamoto under Yada never touched a dumbbell. Instead it's handstands throwing mini soccer balls, and this featherweight javelin so light that if your mechanics are off by a hair it flutters like a dying bird and drops. You have to be perfect in your sequencing to make it fly far and straight. It's all about the whole body, 600 muscles firing at 10% each instead of 1 at 100. That's Yada's philosophy, rooted in Eastern ideas, not just Newtonian push-pull stuff, he told the Dodgers staff in a presentation comparing Yamamoto to Goku from Dragon Ball Z or One Punch Man, where the power isn't separate from who you are, it's you at your core. And get this, Yada met Yamamoto right after that draft in 2017. Yama was this eager kid with a voracious work ethic, and Yada saw potential not just in his arm but in his patience. Yamamoto would say, I want to do this crazy thing, and Yada would go, okay, in 2 years you'll get there, and boom, 2 years later he's doing it. They turned him into an ERA machine in NPB, 3 straight Sawamura Awards, first time in over 60 years. Then the jump to MLB 2024 rookie year, rocky with an injury, but he sticks to the program. Long toss almost every day, no shortcuts, and by 2025 he's 4th in ERA at 249 over 173 innings. The guy's a surgeon with 6 pitches, fastball, sinker, splitter, cutter, slider, curve, all humming because Yada's got him moving like a tree trunk, firm but flexible against the wind. He says, in sports we focus on branches, hands here, feet there, but forget the trunk. If it's hollow it snaps. So he builds that core, mobility, balance, breathing, pliability, the whole enchilada. Now fast forward to the World Series crunch time. Yamamoto volunteers for Game 3 on 2 days rest, throws a gem, then that complete game in Game 2 and the 6 innings in Game 6. After Game 6, he's icing his arm, thanking Yada for the season, and Yada drops this casual, let's see if you can throw in the bullpen tomorrow. Yamamoto later jokes, that's how I got tricked, but hey, race the analysis part, folks. This wasn't a prank, it was masterful psychology. Yada knew Yamamoto's body better than anyone had been, assuring the Dodgers front office all series that rest wouldn't change his stuff, velocity, movement, everything would hold because they trained for the whole, not the parts. Andrew Friedman, the Dodgers press, gets texts from interpreter Will Iraton saying Yamamoto's in treatment, prepping to pitch tomorrow. Then after catch another one, he's good to get outs for Dave Roberts. Yada tells Friedman no worries about injury or drop-off, he'll be the same. Yama Game 7 rolls around, bases loaded, 9th inning, Dodgers trailing, but they tie it on Rojas homer. Yama comes in first pitch, 93-mile-per-hour splitter for a strike to Kirk. No warm-up, no nothing. He plunks Kirk, loads them up, but gets Varsho on a grounder, force at home, then 3 up 3 down in the 10th on 13 pitches. And in the 11th with Guerrero on third, he induces a double play to end it. First World Series ending DP since 1947. He's the only guy besides Randy Johnson in 2001 to win a Game 6 start and Game 7 relief on 0 rest, and boom, World Series MVP. Kike Hernandez says he put on his cape and took us to the promised land. Dave Roberts bet on his soul because he believed in. Friedman calls it the most impressive thing he's ever seen on a field. But let's analyze why this worked. What does Yada's testimony teach us about determination? It's not superhuman, it's systematic. Since year one, Yada instilled self-reliance and relying on others. Tariki and Jiriki that balance. Yamamoto didn't think head pitch. He said, I felt good in practice, and next thing him on the mound. But that practice was Yada's trick, a bridge from doubt to action. Yamamoto's patience, his responsibility. His straight-up genuineness, that's what Yada built, and it showed in those 34 pitches too. And 2/3 scoreless innings, cleaning up messes like a closer born. His splitter still diving, his fastball popping because the trunk held in the storm. Zoom out, the story's bigger than one series. It's about bridging worlds. Japanese precision meets American grit, holistic training versus grind-it-out culture. Yada's an interloper in pro ball, but he's changing it. Dodgers VP Galen Carr watch sessions in Osaka, people contorting, balancing with body weight, and he's like, how does this 510 kid touch 98? Maybe we learn from him. Mookie Betts loves it. The pitching staff's obsessed. And now, with back-to-back titles, it's proof. So there you have it, Yamamoto's fire fueled by 8 years of Yada wisdom, from Osaka kid to LA legend. If this doesn't motivate you to chase your own trunk-building dreams, I don't know what will. Drop a comment. Who's your favorite under-the-radar trainer in sports, or would you pitch on zero rest hit like if Yamamoto MVP was deserved, which it was, and he'll catch you in the next one. Go Dodgers. Peace.